Good morning and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to show you the simple way that I bathe my babies, which is in the kitchen sink. So, at the time of recording this video, my 11th child, Luke, was 2 weeks old, and he wasn't entirely the biggest fan of having a bath, but if it's nice and quick and you don't rush and you don't stress, it all works out okay. So when I am bathing a baby, I set everything up completely. I get out face washers, I have one for cleaning the baby, I have one wrapped around the tap so that the baby doesn't hit his head, I open up my soap for washing the baby, I pre-moisten the cotton wool balls for cleaning the baby's eyes, and I've got everything completely set up. I even open up the onesie, I have the nappy prepped and ready to go. Cloth nappy in case he spews because he'd just been fed before this, and even the baby wipes ready in case he has done something in his nappy. So we're ready to go. I've got his dummy in because it's very early morning here. Everybody is still sleeping. So there's my overview of like my setup. And the reason why I wrap the tap, you will see when I put him in the sink that the baby can kick their legs and spring their little head up, and you never want them to bang their head on the tap. When Luke was first born, he had what basically everybody refers to as a gunky eye, which very often happens with newborn babies, but you really want to be careful when you're cleaning the baby's eyes that you are using completely clean water with no soap in it, and you are wiping with a clean, moistened cotton wool ball from the inside of the eye to the outside of the eye, just one time for each cotton wool ball. So I cleaned his eyes, and then now it is time to wash his hair first. You will notice that I have left Luke's nappy on, and I am turning the faucet on the sink inward so it's completely out of the way. Of course, obligatory, I have to kiss the baby. I now pick up Luke and I cradle him sort of like a football hold underneath my arm. And I'm gonna moisten or wet a face washer and squeeze it out with one hand and start to soak his hair, to wet his hair, ready to be washed. This is Luke's second ever bath he's ever had, and at the moment he seems to be quite calm. Ever since he was born, he's really loved looking at me, which I have never once complained about. It's quite blissful and I really love it. So I've cleaned Luke's eyes, I've cleaned his face. Now that I've added the soap to his hair, I just quickly rub it all in everywhere and then rinse out his hair. Like I said, I've left his nappy on for obvious reasons. Try to squeeze out some of the excess water. So now that I have rinsed the baby's hair wash out completely, I angle the baby's head a little bit more towards the sink so that the head naturally falls back, but it's still supported behind the head. And then I can use the face washer to clean the neck area. It just makes it a lot easier to be able to clean that area properly. And now it's the bath part, the official hop in the bath part, which he doesn't entirely appreciate the getting in stage. I've got the temperature basically perfect body temperature, so it's not too hot, it's not too cold, so he won't be completely shocked. You'll see when I'm pouring the water on how he springs a little bit. That is again why I have that face washer behind his head, so that he doesn't hit his head. I'm of the opinion that baby baths shouldn't be super long, because if the baby starts crying and everything, it's, you know, it can be a bit much for all of us. So now I'm just rubbing the baby goat soap on everywhere, even inside his little closed fists. Open them up, give them a good clean, and I immediately rinse them in case he's gonna put his hands in his face or his mouth or anywhere. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Then I flip the baby forward. You'll notice my left hand holding firmly on his arm so that he doesn't slip, doesn't hurt himself and fall into the water. So that's important as well. Now it's time to get him out of the bath, and I can rub his hair quite firmly to dry it. But for the rest of his body, I'm more doing like a dabbing motion because their skin is really sensitive, so I'm not going to be like vigorously rubbing. Pick him up to kind of console him while I get his outfit ready to go.
Look his scissors up.
And then zip him up.
I'll look at his hair.
He's good to go. And it was perfect timing because pretty much exactly as I zipped up his onesie, my children started waking up for the day. So I was first greeted by Leah and Beth. Everybody loves Luke so much, and it has grown and grown and grown. We just love him. So they were very happy to see him and see what I was up to. I figured getting up really early in the morning and bathing him because I wanted to record it was wise. And now Claire has come out. And then finally Sarah and James. So I've got my audience in the bedroom. Normally in the bedroom I will set up the cloth nappy because babies can spew and vomit, and I don't want that on my quilt. And newborn babies can have quite dry feet. I at least have found in my experience.
The other one's the wash and soap.
So I am just gonna put some moisturizing cream on his feet.
Full spa treatment.
And that's the only part that I moisturize. I don't moisturize his whole body. I don't believe that babies need it. I just put the moisturizing cream where it is needed. And that's it. Nice, simple, quick bath. Doesn't take long. I was originally shown this method by the midwives in the hospital when I had my first baby nearly 19 years ago. I have very joyfully bathed many, many children in that tiny little kitchen sink, and it's just full of just such treasured memories. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful to you with bathing a baby. I know I had no clue what I was doing when I had my first child, so I hope this was informative and enjoyable, and I'll see you soon.